Hi children, welcome back to that is your channel Physics by Imagination. Dear children, in the previous class we understood that is electricity part 1. What is electric current, drift velocity, various charged particles in the various substances, expression for drift velocity, okay, resistance, resistivity, Ohm's law we discussed. So here there it is left with a small topic, that is current in terms of drift velocity. We know that drift velocity is given by symbol, that is E to Maggie. Similarly, the expression for current in terms of drift velocity is given by, that is I is equal to Nave. So Nave means what? This is number of electrons, area of conductor, drift velocity, electric charge. So this will be used in the numericals. Please note down. So after this we shall understand in this class that TDR, and also we understood very little about temperature dependence of resistivity. We will understand in detail in this class. So let us understand without wasting time. So temperature dependence of resistivity is given by formula rho T is equal to rho naught 1 plus alpha T, where alpha is called, that is coefficient of resistance, means the change of resistance per unit degree Celsius, that is called coefficient of resistance. So it becomes rho of T is equal to rho naught plus rho naught alpha into T. Subscript we are using rho naught alpha into T is equal to rho of T minus rho naught, that is alpha is equal to rho of T minus rho naught divided by, that is what we can becomes rho naught into T. The children, this is resistivity at certain temperature. This is the resistivity of the metals at 0 degree Celsius. So we can write as alpha is equal to R into T minus R naught divided by R naught into T, means resistance at 0 degree Celsius, resistance at temperature, because resistivity is equal to resistance. Okay, if resistivity increases, resistance will increase. If resistivity decreases, resistance decreases. So here in the case of metals, if temperature increases, resistance increases. Hence, that is positive quotient of resistance we can find in the case of metals. So something it is increasing in our life, that is indication of positivity. So in the case of semiconductors, this is positive. And the case of semiconductors, if temperature increases, resistance decreases and conduction increases. Vice versa children. In the case of metals, very important point, in the case of metals or alloys, if temperature increases, resistance increases, conduction decreases. Hence, the coefficient of resistance in the case of metals is positive. In the case of semiconductors, resistance is decreasing. Something which is decreasing in our life, that is called negative. So semiconductors will be negative. And also children, we can understand by using this, we know that conductivity expression. What is the conductivity expression? That is sigma is equal to Ne square T. Okay, that is Ne square T by M. So we know that conductivity is inversely proportional to resistivity. So if I take reciprocal of this 1 over Ne square T by M, it becomes, that is resistivity, it becomes what children? M divided by Ne square into T, means this resistivity is inversely proportional to number of charge carriers, number of electrons, and T is called relaxation time. Very important, means the average time between the two successive collision of the electrons is called relaxation time. So that here if relaxation time is decreased, means resistivity will increase. If this time is increased, means resistivity will be decreased. Please note down children. So after that, without wasting time, let us understand that electrical energy and power. So we know that what is electrical energy? So is equal to power. So we know that amount of work done in 1 second, it is called power. So we know that amount of work done, that is power is equal to work done by time taken. Here this is electrical power. So it becomes what, children? Electrical energy. This becomes work is equal to electrical energy. W is equal to P into T. Okay, W is equal to what happens, children? P into T. So now here this is nothing but amount of work done, that is equal to energy. That is equal to heat energy. Okay, or you can take electrical energy, no problem. So that becomes H is equal to what happens, children? We know that power is nothing but product of current and voltage. Very important, children. CET problems 100% fixed based on this. So power is nothing but the product of voltage and current is called power. The product of voltage and current is called power, and that is when I supply 1 volt and 1 ampere of current is flown, means that is called 1 watt. Okay, now here if I substitute this V into I into T, so we know that Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Children, V is equal to IR. So now if I substitute this, H is equal to I square R into T, because I into I square R T. This is nothing but Joule's law, very important in CET, children. That is, the amount of heat energy produced in the conductor is directly proportional to the square of current, resistance and time taken. So they are directly proportional to each other. If current increases, heat energy increases, resistance increases, heat energy increases, temperature increases, heat energy will increase. Okay, because resistance is going to cause heat. And even when you take the water heater, if you burn about 1 hour, I mean if you supply the energy about 1 hour, then water will be boiling, because the time of duration is increased. Then it has produced more resistance. Due to more heat energy, water will be boiling by using electrical water heater. So please note down. So I square R into T. Now here power in terms of voltage, power in terms of current. So P is equal to V into I. But I want to get, now if V is equal to I into R, it becomes, student, P is equal to I R into I. This is equal to I square R. Very, very important, children. Fixed question. Every year they are asking in CET. P is equal to I square into R. This is power in terms of current and resistance. If I keep I is constant, that is I is equal to V over R, then this becomes P is equal to V into V by R. This becomes V square by R. Please note down the formulas. That is IH is equal to I square into R into T. P is equal to V into I. And P is equal to I square R. P is equal to V square by R. Here, what is the meaning of kWh? Very important question. Kilowatt hour. So what is 1 kilowatt hour? It means the amount of heat energy which consumed in 1 hour, that is called kilowatt hour. So 1 kilo means 10 to the power of 3, and the kilowatt 1000 joules. Remember, children, 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 joules, 1 watt is equal to 1 joule. So it becomes 10 to the power of 5 joules. Okay, but here directly we have taken kilowatt. 1 hour is there, it is multiplied with what, children? So very simple, we'll understand after this. Kilowatt hour, as I told you, the amount of heat energy which consumed in 1 hour, that is called kilowatt hour. So kWh. So kilowatt means 1000 joules into 3600. Why did I write 3600? 1 hour means in terms of seconds. 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. It becomes 36 into 10 to the power of 5 joules. We can keep it like that, but we can't keep like this, because according to system of international units, after first number should be, they should have point, decimal point. So multiplying divided by 10 means what we get? We get 3.6 into 10 to the power of 6 joules. This is very important. That is 1 kWh is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power of 6 joules. Please note down, children. That is called 1 kilowatt hour. So later on come to the point. So next our point is that cells, EMF and internal resistance. So very easy to understand. cells means which provides the potential difference. Now here this is a cell or a battery is nothing but a group of cells. Now EMF means what, children? The maximum potential difference are the electrodes, positive and negative terminals. And here that this cannot be drawn, and this is in open plug key. You know, plug key means current is not going to be drawn, open plug key. Closed plug key means current is going to be drawn. Very important point. Now the maximum potential difference between the electrodes is called electromotive force. Okay, and what is IR? Internal resistance. The children, when I pass current here, the opposition of the current is not carried by only resistor, also by electrodes and electrolytes in this circuit. So this is electrodes. So that is called internal resistance, means the opposition flown by the electrolytes and electrodes in the circuit after passing the current, that is called internal resistance. Okay, but according to thermodynamics, potential energy and kinetic energy of the particles, but here opposition flown by the electrodes and electrolytes. Electrolytes means the substances which are going to conduct the electric current. Now let us understand the expression for internal resistance. So here we know that EMF is nothing but the potential difference which is moving through thoroughly the circuit. I mean the EMF is nothing but electromotive force. The potential difference in a open circuit means the potential difference throughout the circuit. Very simple. The potential difference throughout the circuit, that is called EMF. So the total potential difference is given by V plus small v. This is small v, this is capital V. Now this is called terminal potential difference, means the amount of work to be given to move from positive terminal to negative terminal, that is called what, ma? That is called terminal potential difference. So now here this V is equal to, according to Ohm's law, current into resistance. So it becomes E is equal to V plus I into R. R is called internal resistance. Is called internal resistance. Now if I want to find terminal potential difference, V is equal to E minus IR. Very important for CET children. Terminal potential difference is equal to E minus IR. This is internal resistance. Now we know that Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. Here we are going to consider resistance by the resistor and resistance, that is internal resistance by the electrolytes and electrodes. Electrolytes, electrodes. So that becomes I is equal to V divided by R plus R. So now this I substitute here. Then becomes V is equal to E minus, that is V is nothing but what, children? Electromotive force. That becomes E divided by R plus R. So we can write that is V is equal to E into, that is 1 minus 1 by R plus R. So if you simplify, you get that this internal resistance is equal to R into, that is E by V minus 1. So this is the expression for internal resistance. So this is total resistance in the resistor, electromotive force, potential difference minus 1. Please note down. This is the expression for internal resistance, and we got terminal potential difference and current in terms of resistance, that is internal resistance and resistance. After that, without wasting time, let us understand Kirchhoff laws. That is called, broadly we classify it into two things, that is KIL, kill, and KVL. So Kirchhoff laws, very important children. Kirchhoff current law, Kirchhoff voltage law. Kirchhoff current law and Kirchhoff voltage law. He had given relationship between current, voltage, EMF. Dear children, what is first law? Kirchhoff current law means the sum of the entering current in the junction is equal to sum of the leaving current in the junction. Means some of the current will come and some of the current will go. Then current will come means charged particles will be coming and charged particles will be moving. And here when charged particles are coming to the system, that should be taken as positive. So I can state that when charged particles are coming to the system, coming to the circuit, the sign should be positive. Which is moving away from the circuit means sign should be negative. So that what is telling that the sum of the entering current and leaving current in the system is always equal to 0. Means at junction the sum of the entering current is equal to sum of the leaving current. Hence we can't find any amount of electric current. So that at the junction sum of the entering current and leaving current, that is sum of the electrical current in the closed circuit is equal to 0. That is Kirchhoff current law. Now it is I1 is entering, children. Entering means positive. So I can take that is I1. And I2 is moving minus I2. I3 is moving away from the circuit minus I3. And I4 is moving inside the circuit. Current is moving inside. Then we can take plus I4. And again it is I5 is moving outside minus I5. This is equal to 0. So this is all about Kirchhoff current law. The children, this is relates to law of conservation of charge. Very important. Means the total charge which is entering at the junction, it is equal to total charges which is leaving the junction. That's it. So it leads to law of conservation of charge. Later on, without wasting time, let us understand that is Kirchhoff voltage law. So here what happens, children? Consider in the circuit first electromotive force, second electromotive force, current is moving like this, it is moving like this and moving upwards. Okay, here very important point in Kirchhoff voltage law. So EMF when we measure, that is negative terminal to positive terminal, negative terminal to positive terminal should be taken as that is minus EMF. Means EMF when current is moving from negative to positive means EMF is positive. Okay, and similarly when EMF it is moving from positive to negative, that is plus EMF. Very important, children. If this is minus EMF means current will be plus, and if it is plus EMF means current will be minus. Simple trick. EMF is positive, current will be negative. EMF is positive, current is negative. EMF is negative, current is positive. That's it. Please note down. So for this circuit, let us understand that. So this voltage is moving along the direction of A, B, C, D here. So according to Kirchhoff voltage law, at A, B, C, A. So children, current is moving from negative terminal to positive terminal. So EMF is negative, that is minus E1. Again I1R plus I1R plus here current is moving again here to here. So here I1, I2, I'll take resistance is common. That becomes I1 plus I2 into R. Okay. So minus E1, I1, R1, that is I1 plus I2 into R. Again what we else here? So this is equal to 0. So this is according to Kirchhoff voltage law, the change in potential in the closed circuit is always equal to 0. That is sum of the voltage is equal to 0. Here sum of the current is equal to 0. Current law means sum of the current is equal to 0. Voltage means sum of the voltage is equal to 0. Please note down. Next, if I apply Kirchhoff voltage law. Now negative to positive, then that becomes what? AC DA. So here EMF is moving from positive to negative to positive, means that is positive plus E2. Now this is I2R3 plus I1 plus I2 into R2. This is minus because current is negative, which is equal to 0. This is all about Kirchhoff current law, voltage law, cells, EMF, IR, internal resistance, electrical energy, and temperature dependence resistivity. I hope you understood, children. Okay. So if you like this video, please share and subscribe. Thank you.